Alright, so here today we got something pretty crazy. If you don't already know, the developers behind Nikke is, their name is ShiftUp, correct? ShiftUp is the company that kind of has all of the stuff for Nikke. Yes, there's somebody behind ShiftUp, but that's beside the point. We're not talking about that, right? ShiftUp, that's who exists. They're the company. They designed this game. They designed a game prior to this, if you want to say the predecessor to what Nikke is. It was another waifu game that this company has designed, and officially they are announcing the end of service for this game, which is absolutely crazy to me. No, again, Nikke, I think, is going to be fine for a very long time. They're probably doing it for many reasons, which I want to talk about, because before Reddit and my comment section start like being flooded with comments like, oh, Nikke's dead, you better jump ship. No, Nikke's not dead. I don't know why people always run with that. When one company announces an end of service for one game, usually it's not that they're ending the service on another game that is successful and actually pretty good, but it's because of the successful game that they're announcing the end of service for the other game, which again, I want to tackle that point and just talk about it here today and share it with you so that you are aware. And again, a lot of people that played Nikke really did play this game, so I'm sharing the news for you too, which I hope that I'm not the one to break it to you. That's gonna suck, but yeah, let me jump into it. Like and subscribe, helps out a ton. Let's check it out. So yes, the game is this. This is in fact Destiny Child. This is the predecessor, I would say, to Nikke. Nikke went like leaps and bounds ahead on the aspects of gameplay and everything, but this was like a waifu simulator. That's what this was. It was a great game. I did see a lot of characters from it, like constantly, because everyone on Discord spams the Destiny Child characters, because it's like, oh, you made this game, but Nikke is, with how they handled the end. It's just stupid, right? Some of the things, but ignore that. We're not talking about that, right? But Destiny Child was the game, and they officially announced that, yes, on September 21st, the game will be ending service. There will be no longer the ability to play the game, which is kind of crazy. So we'll read this article real quick just to share it with you. Since the Japanese version started on November 24th, 2017, thanks to everyone's support, we were able to continue operating the game for nearly 6 years. We have made every effort to provide a better games to everyone, but we have come to the conclusion that that is difficult now. Correct? Which again, I'll talk about in a second here. Schedule until the end of service. Shop sales end basically on July 20th, so you can't buy anything anymore, which is today. Service end is again the 21st, and then refund application until then, up until December 21st, and then the Memorial Update app for appreciation after Friday, September 22nd, which is basically the ability to log into the game and just see what your account looks like and experience that. I think similar to what Naruto Blazing had, which when that shut down, that was a similar thing. And yes, they have like a daily gift thing, but what does that really matter? The game is going out, so it's like just enjoy the last few months or weeks you have with the game. Enjoy with that. August 17th, we plan to reprint the update and content that was well received in the past events. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, it is. I'm kind of shocked, because I'm not shocked actually. I'm lying to you if I say I'm shocked. What happens is, everyone was telling me that as soon as Nikke released, right, that killed their game. So they hated Nikke because they knew that as soon as Nikke came out, they were just going to can the other game, which was, again, Destiny Child, right? Because they all played it. People that were commenting on my videos, they're like, oh, great, you like Nikke. Okay, I don't, because they're gonna ruin my game, which is Destiny Child, and it's going to shut down because of that reasoning. And it's kind of funny that happened, because it makes sense. Nikke is doing very well for itself. That's what it is. And Destiny Child, for the time invested and whatever, it's not going to make that much money back. It isn't. It's more so of a niche gacha game that people play here and there. Definitely that's the case. Whatever you say, Nikke hit mainstream. It did. It's the top tier contender on the rankings for gachas, and it's like the amount of players that kind of are in this game. It's nuts. It's kind of world record, if you will, for a game that's not an IP game. Correct? It's kind of competing with Genshin, a similar aspect where it's not an IP game, right? So that's what happened, but people were saying that this was the case, that Destiny Child would kick the bucket because of what they created with Nikke. It was bound to happen, and it just took time until they finally said, yeah, there's no need, there's no use of this, let's just can it. It's crazy. It is crazy that ShiftUp's other game is shutting down. If you were to look at it, this was their bread and butter before Nikke. Like, genuinely, if you were to think about it, what happens is Nikke is a game that is generating them $23 million. It is. Now, I checked the revenue for Destiny Child. That is generating them about $60,000 to $70,000. There's like two versions apparently, so let's say 100. So let's round it up, $200,000, right? Which doing that much effort for the game when there's a game like this, when if you put more effort into Nikke, you're popping off with more money. You got to think at the end of the day that that's what they wanted, right? Shift Up is obviously going to think money first, and definitely with what Nikke is, it's just generating the money, right? If you look at it, they are putting out more skins. Gacha skins are popping up. Things like that are popping up. They have gone back. It's been a little bit, right? You went through 4 or 5 banners in a row where it was a single character only. Now, in the last how many banners has it been a double character? We've been seeing double, 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 right? They've been just happening constantly. So whatever it is, if they put more effort into Nikke, there's more return on the investment. That's why probably, and this is why people were saying at day one, that as soon as Nikke releases, Destiny Child will call it quits. And they were probably going to wait, give it a little bit of time, give it a little bit of hype for the game, and then, yeah, they officially called it quits. Which, again, no, it doesn't mean anything for Nikke. I want to make this very much clear with you. But people are saying, like, oh, Shift Up did this, like, they can do anything in Nikke. The game is making money. You're fine. Why? Like, it always becomes the thing of doom posting. It's like, oh, it's gonna go down. Nikke is literally not gonna go anywhere. They're making that much money. Whatever you say, they're competing with Genshin. If you were to look at it, like, look at this update. That's competing with Genshin. Okay, this update in June was just mid at the maximum. There were so many characters you didn't need, right? And then they themselves fumbled up summer where nobody actually wanted to invest into Neon. So it was just one banner you invested into. You didn't invest in a Nero. Nobody wanted to. You just invested into Mary, which again, great investment, but nobody wanted to invest into Neon. Literally every JP player made a post to say skip Neon, and that is why Shift Up decided to respond and buff Neon, because everyone skipped her. No one wanted to sub for her on JP. Sure, global, some people did, right? But no one like limited broke her or whatever. They just left her at one dupe, or that's it. Nothing else, right? Because she just wasn't good. So if you look at it on a normal month, Nikke is competing with like the top games, if you were to say. Again, Honkai had its release month, which every release month is leaps and bounds better. It's about 3 times what the game's actual revenue is. So that's what that's currently at. But whatever you say, Nikke is still a top tier contender in the gacha market. They're having insane amount of players, but it is crazy that, yeah, Shift Up didn't want to keep up the game, which is understandable at a point. It's just not making the money. Simply put, it's not making the money. Why would they put all that effort and put all that stuff into the game when it's not making a return on that? It's like, again, all that effort they're putting towards the game, getting that much revenue in comparison to what it was like here with this. I mean, you know, it is what it is. But 6 years for a gacha game, I do think that's pretty good. I think that Nikke will last a good amount of time, a good amount of years. So don't rush with the end of service comments. Oh my God, that happened. I think they were definitely in a good area. In comparison to a lot of devs, I think that Shift Up was able to at least carry a 6-year game. There are gacha games that recently released and have only lasted a few months, right? People are spamming comments that one of the recent games is shutting down. What is that game? It's a game that just released. It's on this list, I think. I don't know. People are saying Eversoul's going to shut down. I don't know if that's true. People are saying that Limbus Company isn't doing as good or something. I don't know. There's 2 games. It's not those 2, I think. It's 2 games that released. And everyone's like, oh, that game's going to shut down. But if you look at it, Crunchyroll, right, they shut down so many games. It's depending on the publisher. I do think Shift Up is still a good publisher in comparison. They made a game survive 6 years. They're probably gonna make Nikke survive pretty long. But I do want to share it with you because it was kind of crazy that did happen, and that's what their entire thing was. So yes, Destiny Child. If you are a fan of the game, it will be officially kicking it the bucket on September 21st. So again, that's what I want to share with you here today. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, peace, and enjoy. That's been it for me, and yeah.